right, I just got back from seeing Sing a Bit of Harmony in theaters, and that was a movie. I think I liked it overall. It ended on a really sweet note, so that saved it at the very end, but this movie's got some problems. Most notable... Okay, so if you read the synopsis, it's about basically an AI that's trying to make the main character happy, and this AI development company is like taking them, secretly planting it in a school to see if it can pass the, what is it, the Wozniak test? The Wozniak coffee test or whatever the fuck it's called in the movie. I always thought it was called the Turing test, but that might be something different. Essentially, my biggest problem with the movie is the keep the AI a secret part ruins a lot of the movie. I would have much preferred if this was just an out and out, like, open experiment with AI. Like, it's known that this is an AI and see how people interact with it. Cause the keeping it a secret part leads to a lot of really goofy and really stupid shit in this film. Most notably in regards to the main character's mom, who is like the lead on this project. And like, basically it's like, immediately the main character realizes that this is not gonna fucking work at all because the AI is goofy as fuck and does not act like an actual person at all. Basically, her and her friends conspire to keep it a secret. And, like, they build it up as, like, if this project fails, her mom might get demoted. And I'm like, this project failed. I'm sorry, but your mom failed. Now, technically, they kind of retcon that at the very end. I'm going to keep this mostly spoiler free. I'm gonna keep the ending part spoiler free. Just in case you haven't seen it yet. But they kind of retcon that at the end with how the AI actually exists. Or I guess I'll keep it at that. And they kind of retcon it so that it's not technically the mom's fault that this AI is batshit cuckoo. But still, that leads to another issue with this fucking movie, is that network security in this show is fucking non-existent. Like, wow, this is an AI development company. And there is so much just hacking done in this movie. It's wild. Like, a guy who took IT classes here, there's no fucking way half of the shit in this movie would have worked. I guess if you don't know IT, you can suspend your disbelief, but for a movie that's so based in emergent technology, they really should have gotten that part right. There is no fucking way that these AI are infiltrating these massive fucking systems. And that's another thing, is people just seem to be able to interact with AI at random, or not at random, just whenever they want to. Like, they can just walk up to an AI and shut it down. What? Why? Who designed that? Who was the idiot who designed that? I'm just gonna walk up to your fucking helper robot and just boop, turn him off. Sorry, you gotta fucking turn it back on now. Wait for him to boot up again. Or if your phone's dead, you gotta just fucking do it yourself. Sorry, bye, lady. The technology in this show makes no fucking sense. Now, what I will give it on the technology side is that I do like that this is a fairly optimistic look. Not even fairly, it is a wholly optimistic look at AI it really just sidesteps the evil AI concept entirely. Like it vaguely touches on like what if something went wrong with the AI, but that's just like a what if that one of the adult characters comes up with. And it is refreshing to see that to see this wholly positive take on AI and how they could help humanity in the future. Just wish it was better executed. But aside from all the technology stuff, I actually do kind of like most of the characters in this show, or in this movie. There's a really cute childhood friend drifting apart and then coming back together theme with the main character and this other guy. I've already forgotten all of the characters' names. Satomi is the main character, I think. I don't remember anyone else's name except Go, I think, who is another guy who's like this super kind of suave dude. Oh, by the way, they didn't list it with the showtimes or anything, but apparently this was I saw the dubbed showing. I don't know if there was a subbed showing. I would assume there was, but it just didn't tell me whether this was subbed or dubbed when I bought the tickets. So maybe they only did a dubbed showing. If that's true, fuck you, Funimation. But I will say this was a decent dub, actually. I think I have distanced myself enough from Funimation dubs and just dubs in general over the past 5 years or so that I just don't recognize any of the voice actors anymore, except Ian Sinclair, who played Go in this movie. As soon as he started talking, I'm like, oh, a voice actor I recognize. Naruhodo. But he did a good job. Overall, the dub cast was pretty solid. Some of the singing moments were a little iffy in their voice direction. Not going to say the voice acting. Megan Shipman did the voice for this, did all of the singing stuff for the AI, Shion. And her performance was fucking phenomenal. She's got a great singing voice. And they do it in kind of a Broadway style, so everything's very over-enunciated. So that sticks out a little bit at times, but otherwise I think it's a pretty solid performance from her. Where was I going with this? But yeah, the characters overall I liked. There's like a couple, like a boyfriend and girlfriend, who are like kind of having a little spat and like drifting apart from each other, and the way that they reunite in the eventually in the movie was really nice and wholesome. See, that's what I like. That's why I say we don't need the fucking keep the AI a secret subplot, because all of the meat of the characters in this are solid. Like, if it had just been about the characters interacting with this AI and how this AI helps them overcome the problems in their life, then that would have just been a fine movie on its own. We didn't need this shit about them trying to keep it a secret, about the company trying to keep it a secret from the public, and then the group of friends trying to keep it a secret from the company. They already know the secret. When we didn't need this over-bloated action climax at the end, the fucking third act of this movie sucked. It was just not good. Except the big reveal about where the AI came from. That was really cool. That was a really cool concept. Again, didn't really make any sense considering technology, but I think it was fine. I will say, though, the mom definitely deserves to get fired. I'm just going to say, am I the bad guy for saying that? The mom deserves to get fucking fired in this movie. If she didn't get demoted for failing this AI project, she certainly deserved to get fired for everything that happened afterwards in this fucking third act. But it does end on this really cute note that you were kind of waiting for the entire movie. So it at least managed to end on a nice little saccharine kind of note. So, just barely saved itself at the end. Not a whole lot else to say. The animation was good. I wouldn't say it was spectacular. It was nice and polished. Some of the panning shots looked kind of weird. Because I think the frame rate was Yeah, some of those panning shots near the end of the second act had this weird... went full, like... I guess for 60 frames a second or something? It had a high... You know what I'm talking about. When you watch anime on a TV that tries to do interpolation, and so the panning shots look really unnaturally smooth. It kind of looked like that, so maybe it was the projector. Who knows? But that didn't happen. There weren't any other parts in the movie that were like that, so that was weird. But yeah, animation's pretty solid. Not a whole lot to write home about. The color direction and post-processing, like special effects, do a lot of the heavy lifting. There's not a lot of big Sakuga moments. There's a couple here and there, but nothing that really blew me away. And the music was music throughout. There was one moment, though, where there was just like a beep every like 3 or 4 seconds, and I guess that was supposed to be the background track for the scene, and it went on for like a minute or something, and it just felt weird because it didn't sound like music. It felt like something that was diegetic to the scene, but we don't see anything in the scene making that noise, so I have to assume it's non-diegetic. It was weird. It was Ryo Takahashi who did the score, though. I forgot what else he's done, but he's done some pretty big name stuff. Did he do Naruto Shippuden? I don't remember. I'll have to look him up after this. But Ryo Takahashi, the songs, like the actual vocal songs, were pretty good. And again, Megan Shipman did a lot of the heavy lifting for that with its a really strong singing performance. I think I just got to give this one like a flat 5 or something, because there was a lot of stuff that I liked in it, and a lot of stuff that I thought was really dumb. Would I recommend this movie? Maybe. I don't know. It's only in theaters for one more day now, so you'll probably have to catch it when it comes to Blu-ray or streaming service or something. But yeah, that's all I have to say on that. Be sure to like and subscribe and check out all the other content on my channel. I'm currently in the middle of catching up on the fall season from last year. Probably going to record another segment from that right after I stop this. But yeah, I guess this Sing a Bit of Harmony was a movie. That's all I got. My name is Ember, and I'll see you next time.